Alright, mi gente, so I have a Xolo book review for you today, and it's gonna be all about the tea. There's nothing in here. It's a Café Santo Domingo cup. I don't know why I don't own teacups. I drink a lot of tea. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faizal. So A Tempest of Tea is a YA fantasy novel. And in this fantasy world called Etenia, we follow protagonist Arthi, who is an immigrant who runs a local tea shop / blood drink speakeasy at night. Why are they drinking blood? Well, that's because in this country, in this fantasy world, there are vampires that live alongside humans. So Spindrift, tea house by day, blood house by night, really connects like the underworld of like the vampire society, and Arthi has become very well connected, very powerful, because she's able to provide the vampires with blood that they desperately need without having to go and find it other unsavory ways. Arthi runs the tea house with her adoptive brother Jin, who is also of like immigrant descent. So it's no surprise that Jin and Arthi have no love for this government, especially because it is a very much oppressive government. But then the authorities come for Spindrift. They come for Arthi's bag, and she's not about to have it. She's a self-made girly. You know, you're not just gonna take that away from her. She literally came from nothing because the country took so much from her, and now they want to take Spindrift away, and she is not gonna take that standing or sitting. What's the expression? Now, Arthi knows that out there is this secret ledger with all of the information about like the high vampire society, people who are trying to pass as human but are vampires. This ledger is very valuable, and she knows where she can find it. So she decides to bring together this very shifty group of people to try and get this ledger at a big event that's gonna happen, and so kind of giving us a heist novel in the middle of the fantasy. You know, I was a little skeptical about the heist element. I feel like sometimes heists are a bit predictable, but this one was not the case. I thought that the plot twists and turns of it were very unexpected and very engaging. And I think a lot of that has to do with Arthi's character. She is a very nuanced, very complex character, even though she comes off as incredibly cold-hearted, no nonsense. But you can understand why she has had to become this way because of the circumstances that brought her to Etenia to begin with. Also, I appreciate that Arthi is not painted as like a hero. She's not trying to necessarily take down the oppressive government. She's just trying to do her best to like live within it and make sure that it doesn't take more away from her. And I also love that in the thick of all this chaos, all of this strife, this pain that Arthi has for the country that she lives in, she has a lot of humanity exposed when she interacts with Jin. Her relationship with Jin is so nice. It's a kind of like, we will survive this together mentality. It's great for those who enjoy like a found family trope. I thought it was very special, the relationship, especially because they really do like love each other like siblings do. Now, I will say there was a lot more character development that I wanted to see from the main characters and the side characters involved in the heist as well, but that makes sense because there's going to be a book 2, but it still left me wanting so much more, which again, hopefully I will see in book 2. And as always, you can read the full review on our blog at xolobooks.com.